guys, welcome back. Week 3 is done. Just wrapped up day 4 in the old garage gym here. Pretty good workout. Did deload all week. Deadlifts I did go a little heavy, but the volume was very low. A little tired right now, but overall I feel pretty good. So we're gonna hit it a little bit harder next week, and then really ramps up the following week. So stay tuned and enjoy. All right, back at it again. Day 1. Again, lighter today, lower volume. 3 sets of 5. I'm not gonna lie, these felt the first set at least felt a little tough. I think I was just kind of a little achy. Definitely beat up from the week before, but after the first set, everything felt really good. Nice and gentle on the way back in. Yeah, definitely loosened up for set 2 and set 3. So no real issue here. Felt very light. Good rhythm here. And another re-rack here. And again, last set. No real issue here. Felt pretty good. Next week, I'm planning on maybe going like 465 and then jumping up to like over 500 the following week. If everything feels good, I'll stick with that plan. And then yeah, this video I did show all my accessories. So did go a little lighter on some. I know I said I was going to push my accessories, but I honestly did feel pretty beat up. So I went heavy when I could, and obviously did try to make everything rather difficult and not sandbag anything. So good mornings. I dropped 50 pounds off from last week. Went up 10 pounds on split squats, but again, just 3 sets of 8 on both legs. I don't know if I'm going to keep these in. I do feel like my knee is getting bothered by them. It's kind of like the back of my knee, like on the outside. But it went away after a day, so I don't know if I was just really sore or what. But I don't know. We'll keep them in for next week. If I get that same pain, I'll just cut them out. So yeah, we'll just kind of go by feel. And there we go, leg extension. Again, I don't know if I said it in any other previous videos, but I can't go all the way down. I get a lot of nerve pain in the back of my leg, so I kind of just keep it a little higher and then extend that. I might have to adjust the seat to compensate for that, so maybe I'll try that also next week. We'll see. Bench felt actually very good. Warming up, I felt pretty heavy. So I think my last warm-up was like 275. That felt easy. I don't want to say it flew, but it was quick. This actually looked a lot better than the 275 I did for my last warm-up. So again, not crazy volume, but nice 4x4. These all felt very good, felt strong. So I think in the coming weeks, my bench should feel a little bit more natural in terms of just pushing the weight consistently. So that's kind of the goal. And then hopefully, press something pretty good for the meet, or in the meet rather. Again, keeping it light on the accessories. So football bar, what is this, like 165? Just pumping them out. I do feel like this assistance work and the wide grip have been helping my comp bench, just in terms of stability and just overall strength and just muscle endurance. So it's been good. So I opted out of the reverse fly on the seal row, and I just did it with bands. Again, just trying to save energy. I was a little tired after the benching, so I just said, I'm just going to do it easy with the bands. No big deal. Still felt it. It felt pretty good. And then we did our lateral raises after with the band. Again, could have done cable or dumbbell, but just wanted to keep it easy. So I did the laterals with that, and then I think I go into the front raises with the cable machine with the rope, which I tend to like on days I'm trying to not push, super hard. But, we'll see what I do next week. These felt good. Again, no issues. I'm wearing newer shoes I bought last week. Rutsu, I think they're called, RUTSU. They remind me of the Mark Bell Power Shoe, which they unfortunately don't make anymore. And that's my favorite powerlifting shoe ever. So I found those, tried them on. They're very, very comparable to the Power Shoe. They actually glue your feet to the ground. They're awesome. I love them a lot. So I'm hoping once I break them in, I'll use them all the time. But I might go back to the power shoe just to go with familiarity, and then just slowly break in the new shoes. But I definitely recommend them if you like the power shoe. Again, just changing up how I'm doing the face pull. Just a little bit of a different angle on the seated row machine. These felt pretty good. Again, not too heavy, not too crazy. And then usually on like a deload week or a week I'm just trying to do some easy arm work, I'll just stick with the bands. I can knock out 80 reps on both sides of my arm in like, I don't know, 5 minutes or less. It's very quick and effective. So I'll always opt for the bands, especially if I'm rushing or short on time. Nice quick transition. This day was really good because, again, I think I felt a lot better after finishing my accessories. Felt strong, felt good, sore, all that stuff. Boom. Huge arms. Day 3, my favorite day. So warming up, I felt actually really good. So I just said, screw it. I'm going to go for a 3x3 at 585. Third rep was a little slow because I almost lost my glasses. So I have to slow it down. There I go. Eyeglassless, couldn't see shit. First rep felt great. The other two just felt a little heavy. So third set, I just kind of really locked in and made sure that I was very tight and just all in and committed to the pull. So these actually felt the best out of all 3 sets. And again, showing all my accessories from this week. Standing hamstring curl, which I've shown in a previous video, but I do like this after deadlifts because it does kind of just finish off my hamstrings pretty well. So after this, I was pretty beat, pretty sore. And then following it up with the reverse hyper, I loved because it just I'm just cooked after that. And I do think that it's starting to carry over for my squats and deadlifts. So once I start cutting some more accessories out and not fatiguing myself as much, I think I'll see a lot of carryover. And I'll still keep this in, some other stuff, but I'll cut away all the back stuff I'm doing, all the extra leg work I'm doing. So I'll start trimming that probably maybe next week, or I might push everything for one more week and then cut it out on week 5. We'll see how I feel. And again, shrugs. I didn't want to go heavy or pull out a barbell or anything like that, so I just grabbed the 70-pound kettlebells. Again, all the way down, all the way up, little tiny pause at the top, trying to squeeze as hard as I can. Just trying to make the most out of the lighter weight, which again is, if you know how to do it properly, you don't need that much. So that felt good. Again, opted out of the seal row for just a seated machine row. Very simple, very quick. Again, just trying to get in, get out on my deload week. But again, still challenging, still was hard. I was still beat up and tired at the end. So, pushing hard no matter what. It's just the weight is and the intensity is just less than what it was the last couple weeks. So it's more manageable. Like right now, again, I just finished up day 4 not too long ago. I already feel pretty good. I had a protein shake and feel great. So I'll be ready to go hard next week and just keep pushing. Day 4, which was today, in the whole garage. This is the 305 for 1. Felt good. I could have gone up. Just a little sketchy with the rack and the crooked floor. And yeah, you see me shake my head there. It did not feel right. And then again, just keeping it light today. This actually felt amazing. I know it's not super heavy, but just the pausing, the pressing, the power just felt really good for what the weight was. 235, 3 sets of 8. Again, little crooked, little off center there. There we go. But I think I do fix it on the other sets. Again, just a little wonky with the bench and the floor being crooked. There's Hun and her massive shoulder press on her massive shoulders. Again, you can see it's a lot more even. I had a lot of nerve pain in my right outer forearm, but I just squeezed the shit out of the bar and it kind of went away. I skipped my forearm warm-up today, and clearly I paid for it, but Alas, we got through it. There we go. I actually realized I had another light on in the light in the garage that I turned on. Hit the rack on the way out. That was fun. Again, just banging out sets of 8. Um, again, I think my thought for next week is to try to maintain all my accessories as much as possible. And then the following week is cut everything out. I think with this deload, I should be able to do that, even if I, kind of take it easy on the accessories again next week. I just want to get all that work in before I start cutting some stuff away, just to get the fatigue and conditioning from all the accessory work. So here's some wide grip. I think we set a 10 at 185. This kind of really thrashed my elbow, but again, after the first set, it felt pretty good. These are starting to feel really, really good. So I might start pushing these a little bit more in weight. Again, I'm not trying to PR that kind of lift or go like super heavy and do like a like a 2x2 1 week or anything like that. I just want to get the work in, the volume in, and then just train the the pec in different grips, just to kind of bulletproof them. And again, not a heavy band, but doing this right after the wide grip kills me every time. Got the I don't know what the hell those things are called, the super blocks or some shit. That they're only like 50 pounds, but you can see me shaking. Nice set of 10. I actually thought they were going to be really awkward with their shape and how your hands are, but these actually felt really good overhead. I do recommend them if you have a home gym. And right into lateral raises. Again, at this point, I was so pumped. I was getting a little tired too, just from kind of going back to back to back on everything with little to no rest. But obviously finished up strong. So I'm kind of excited. Oh, there's Hun again. So again, I'm supersetting this. So the pull down, and then I go right into seated row. I'm short and I don't have good mobility. And after doing all this, I had such a pump in my arms and back. I could barely get my arms overhead to pull the cable machine down by myself. So I'd Hun there just to pull it down for me, just to make it a little bit easier. Saved me like 5 minutes of struggling with my body. There's Harry, aka Archibald, liking the tunes we had playing in there. Hi, Harry. Yeah, so we had his birthday party today. Came home and hit the weights. So it was a good day. And last but not least, little arm action. I also think I'm sitting around like 237, 238 body weight. So I'd like to actually weigh in at like 230. So I think after this week 4, I'll start eating a little bit better. I'll stop drinking so much on the weekends just to kind of cut down a little bit. That'll also help my dots too for the meet. But I do lift my best a little lighter and not as bloated. I can reach the bar on deadlifts a lot easier and swing my hips in way more aggressively if I'm not bloated. So again, like 230, 232 I'll even take. So like 5 to 7 pounds if I could lose that. 10, I would take that too. But again, I'm more worried about the total and my deadlift for the national record. But that was it. All right, guys, that's it for week 3. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.